Broncos are coming off a tough couple of games against Miami, and then you get to meet the Red Hawks again this coming week at their place. What did you learn from that series?
Well, probably the biggest thing is that we gotta finish our chances. I feel like we outplayed them a lot this weekend, but they got a pretty good goalie, and we just got to make sure we get guys in front of the net and bury our chances. That was probably the biggest thing that we missed this weekend. So I think that's the biggest thing we got to look forward to in this upcoming weekend.
Luke, I was calling the game on the radio last night, and third period, I mean, you had a really good opportunity, and Pearson came over and made just a ridiculous save, and you were in disbelief. You were looking up into the rafters. What's going through your mind right there? It looked like you had your second goal of the game, and the guy robbed you.
Yeah, it was tough. I think he kind of got his shoulder on it, then it hit the crossbar. So it's just one of those games where we have so many chances, but they're just kind of not going our way. And so there's not much you can do but just try to get back and do the same thing and hope for the best and hope that next time you have the same opportunity, they can go in. So that's what I'm hoping for next weekend, to kind of get a little bit of redemption on him. So yeah, it's good.
What was going on the bench during both of those games when this guy is just stealing the show and not allowing anything in there?
I mean, yeah, he's a good goalie. We got to give him credit. He played real well these last 2 weeks or these last two games of the weekend. And I mean, he was the goalie of the month, I believe, for a reason. And so we just got to do our job and be better. At the end of the day, we're the ones who can score the goals. So we just got to make sure we put the goals in on our chances and kind of bury them. So,
Luke, when you guys have trouble finishing the puck and it carries over through periods, how do you avoid that carrying over to next weekend against Miami?
Well, I think we just gotta have a different mindset. We gotta regroup and kind of figure out what we need to do. I mean, we did play well as a team. We did think we had a lot of good chances. We outshot them both games this weekend. So we just gotta kind of have a different approach to next weekend and kind of move forward and kind of forget about what happened these past two games this weekend, and just kind of bear down a little bit harder so we can get these 2 wins this weekend, which would be real good for our team and program.
Luke, you were a scorer in junior hockey, and now you got a handful of goals under your belt. How has the adjustment to the college game gone for you?
Well, it's definitely been a big adjustment for sure. The first couple of games was kind of eye-opening for me, and then I kind of felt I was getting more comfortable with the puck, and the game felt like it was getting a little bit slower for me, and I feel like I was able to gain a lot of confidence from that, and kind of just felt that getting a goal early on in the season, the 4th or 5th game for me, was a big step. And then I feel like these past couple of games playing with Josh Basalt and Paul Washy was really good for me, and I think they make the game a lot easier for me, and they kind of open up and make plays, and it's been really good playing with them. So I'm happy about that.
That's got to feel good, Luke. That coach has decided to put you with 2 veterans like that. Paul and Josh are 2 of the best forwards in this league.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I like being in a situation where I want to be able to score goals and produce for the team, but I kind of don't really look at it that way. I kind of just go into every game and kind of focus on what I can do and what I can control, and kind of try to help and contribute as much as I can every game. So
How strange was it being in Lawson with no lunatics and just an empty arena? I mean, kind of similar to what it was in Omaha, but being in your home rink and not having that support behind you physically.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty weird. I mean, I'm kind of used to playing with no fans since being in the pod and playing those first games, and while nobody was there. But a lot of the older guys were kind of feeling pretty weird about it because they're so used to having the Lunatics behind them every game. And they're kind of just telling us how pretty special it is to play with all the Lawson Lunatics. So I'm just hoping maybe at the end of the year or next year we have them all back and have them rally behind us.
Did you have an opportunity to come to campus on a recruiting visit during a game and actually see what takes place?
No, I didn't. I came during a practice. I was supposed to come down and visit during a game, but last year we had a game the same day, so I just wasn't able to work out. I was pretty disappointed about that because I really wanted to be here to watch a game with the Lunatics. But I watched a lot of games online last year, and they're pretty special here at Kalamazoo. So,
how's school been for you, Luke?
School's going well. I love it here. A lot of good guys on the team. School's going well. It's just a good atmosphere for me, and I'm really happy that I was able to choose this school.
All right, thanks for joining us, Luke.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
See ya. Andy, I was counting up your roster yesterday. You got 31 names on that roster. Now, a couple of them aren't here because of injury. But out of those 31, 14 of them are freshmen. That's basically half of your team are freshmen. You've got 29 guys here, I believe. So 14 of them are freshmen. I've never seen anything like that before.
Well, it's are we on the air here right now? Are we going with the interview, or you and I just chatting?
This is it, man. We're good. We're going.
Okay. I mean, Robin, with the situation it is, we felt we needed some extra players this year as well, and then we did lose a number of guys to the pro ranks last year in graduation. So we had a big recruiting class as it was, and then certainly we've had a couple of other situations with, Jared Kacharik and Rhett Kingston and now Brandon Bussey, where they're not available to us this year. And so it changed things again, where we looked at Christmas bringing in 3 players whose junior teams were no longer playing. And under NCAA rules, they can come in this year. It doesn't count as a year of eligibility. So I think it was smart on our part to bring them in, certainly to see if we could help our team right now, but also help their development curve and make them better players at the beginning of next season as well.
And you threw Tim Washy right in there, and Tim looked like he belonged out there, and you even had him out on the power play in some key situations.
Well, Tim's a good player, and I think you commented yesterday that I heard a call where you talked about he looks like his brother out there, and he really does. He's very good on faceoffs, Tim, just like Paul is, and a little taller, and certainly a player that will play a lot of minutes here the rest of this season. The other 2 players that we brought in, Mateo Pecchia and Ross Howerlick, were not eligible to play last weekend. Their NCAA clearance will not come through until this week, so they'll be eligible for the series this weekend in Miami. But we thought Tim stepped into the lineup and played very well right from the get-go.
Coach, the penalty kill has been an issue as of late. Other than obviously not taking penalties, which the team didn't do very often over the weekend, what can you do to address that issue?
Well, certainly one of the issues that we felt we had with the penalty kill last year is that we were taking too many penalties, and we're taxing our penalty killers. So it was a real area of focus for us this year to take less penalties, and we've certainly done that. Our goal is to take 4 or less penalties a game, and last night we took 3. The problem we have is they scored on 2 of them, and that's an area of concern for us. There's no question about it. And we chatted with some players when they were over here stretching, loosening up this morning, and just casually about it. Today is their off day, so we're not technically allowed to work with them. But we've got to be a lot better at it. There's no question, Robin. Doing a lot better job of taking fewer penalties. We just got to kill them off.
Coach, in both games, I think you outshot Miami, and you seem to be playing pretty well offensively. Just the puck wasn't going in the net. How do you avoid those young guys stacking up the frustration of the puck not going into the net and not letting that carry over into next weekend?
Well, certainly in terms of both games this weekend, time of possession, which is a key statistic, would favor us in a large way. Certainly the shot count on net would favor us in a long way. Shots attempted, I believe we attempted close to 70 shots last night. Miami did a great job of blocking shots and getting in the way and playing solid that way. And their goaltender made some big saves. When he was playing well, we started fine tuning our shots, and then we started missing the net, trying to hit, a couple of inches with that puck there, where we just got to get more pucks on the net and take the goalie's eyes away. But, it really it's a situation where you have no choice. I mean, you can let it bother you and worry about it or so on, but it's not going to help you. So we have to continue to play well, do the things that we need to do. And we've talked about that. We played some really good hockey this weekend. We didn't get the results we wanted, but it's a growing process with this young team, and we're excited about the opportunity to get back at Miami this weekend. I sent the Chris Bergeron, the coach of Miami, a little text this morning and see if we could get the game time changed to 5:00 at Miami next Saturday, and they've agreed to do that. And I congratulated them on a great weekend, because whenever you win 2 games in a row against the same team and sweep a series, it's an accomplishment. And Miami came in here and got the job done. So, we need to be better.
Coach, what do you look for when you're going out and recruiting a goaltender? Miami goes down to Texas in the North American Hockey League, which is a good league, but it's not the highest level of junior hockey that's out there. And they pluck this guy out of Texas, and I mean, he looks like a National Hockey League caliber goaltender. So when you go out looking for goalies, is that a tough position to recruit because of the level of competition you're watching them in? Or how do you go about doing that?
Well, I think first of all, you look at the player's overall history, Robin. And if you look at Persson, the goalie for Miami, I mean, his numbers, his save percentage in junior hockey and youth hockey in Sweden, if you go back 6 years, he's had a save percentage of around 93, and his goals against has always been right around 2 or just under. So, and he had the same record when he played in the North American Hockey League. So statistically for goaltenders, I mean, goalies are different. They can play in a lot of different leagues, because in hockey, you only need one of them to play a game. So it's not like you've got 10 or 15 on your team there. So there's not a lot of opportunities for goalies. So you got to go by the statistical information, and some goalies mature a little bit later. So the first thing we do is look at their past history. We take a look at their style. Are they aggressive? Are they a quieter type goaltender? And again, I rely on our goaltending coaches here. Tom Askey for a number of years was the one that took a lot of views on video of goaltenders. And we've got Will Massey doing that right now as well. And the other thing with goalies, Robin, that's really interesting, because usually in a season, you're not going to lose both your goalies or all three. So you're maybe looking for one every couple of years. And the timing situation with us, we've got, for example, I can't talk about our recruits, but we've got a young goalie that is coming to us that's young, and he's coming in the future. We know he's really good. And, you don't know how long your goalies are going to stay with you now in this new age where players are leaving early. So it's a tough thing to do, to come up with the right answers in terms of goaltending.
And the other thing is, you can't lock up a bunch of scholarships on goaltenders, because usually only one of them is going to play.
Yeah, that's the other situation you have, is you have to, make sure and if you've got a young guy, for example, that's out there that's not here yet, and you've committed a scholarship to him. Here at Western, we live up to our scholarship commitments. And I don't know if all programs do that, but we certainly do it here. So you have to keep that in mind when you're looking at goalies as well. But we're excited about our group here. We brought in Ross here now, and we're excited to see what he can do as well.
Oh, I thought Alex played pretty well when you brought him in there in the second and third period last night. He looked a lot more comfortable than he did earlier.
No question about it. I mean, he's had time to to face our guys and practice a little bit more. We've had a number of scrimmage situations, and I would agree with you. He was thrown into a tough situation, and the games that he played in the pod there, our team wasn't playing well in those particular games. And it was different last night. Our team was playing some good hockey, and for him to get in there, he didn't have a lot of work, but he made some good saves when he needed to.